visual multimedia presentation. How does the human mind use our senses and technology to perceive the world? This is a quote from Helen Keller: "Smell is a potent wizard that transports you across thousands of miles and all the years you have lived." And by Margaret Atwood. Touch comes before sight, before speech. It is the first language and the last, and it always tells the truth. I claim, although some may argue that the use of sensors in everyday life take the sensible part of human life, the use of those sensors will only improve our perception of life and the senses that we use in our everyday lives. Evidence that supports my claim: technology being developed will allow more people who have the ability to sense their surroundings with ease. Like cell phones, they have multiple sensors in them that improve our senses. The most common use technology that has sensors in them, used by 75% of the world, is a smartphone. Like I said, smartphones can have as many as 8 different sensors in them that help, and it's easier to sense the surroundings around them. Sensors can be found in many different technologies. There's cell phones, there's micro, nano sensors, and the use of these sensors can sense different health factors in humans. These sensors can be small enough to be in your body and can sense bodily diagnostics and therapeutics. This sensor has 64 nanosensors in it and can detect very small amounts of harmful gases that can affect bodily sensors. The use of sensors can be attributed to the rising need for them in today's world. As technology rises, the use for sensors rises with electric sensors embedded in the environment will function as extensions of the human nervous system. That's from Gershon Dublin in his article, Extrasensory Perception. A possible counter-argument could be some people in the United States are prone to these sensors in unethical ways. The United States government has the ability to track and identify your cell phone through the use of sensors. This means that they can find exactly where you are and pinpoint you if you are in any criminal database. The National Security Agency, NSA, uses Global Cell Phone Identifiers, GCID, to compute the date, time, and location of the targeted cellular device. This graph shows different areas of the world that has different cell phone towers that can be used to target these cell phones. Possible solutions to that: while the government cannot be controlled in certain aspects as privacy, sensors can be used in different aspects other than tracking. Privacy is a big issue, as it is for many people in the United States. Cell phones have the ability to turn off their location services, and cell phone services like Verizon, AT&T, and every other cell phone service have the ability to protect the privacy. Although some people may say that the sensors take away the human part of the world, they allow humans to have more sensitive aspects in their lives. These sensors that are being developed will only improve the perception of the world.
Okay, Michael, how valid and reliable are the sources that you've used, and how do you know, and then were there any sources that didn't work?
The sources I use for mine, each of the authors that wrote the articles that I used had at least a PhD in psychology or extrasensory perception. Like Maximenko, he is a PhD in extrasensory perception. He's been studying it for 20 years of his life.
And then were there any sources that didn't work?
This one right here by Kayla D. Stone, it really wasn't that strong, but it had some viewpoints in it that proved some positive aspects of sensors.
And when you say not strong, what do you mean? Like not strong, like you couldn't use it, or not strong in credibility?
The credibility wasn't that strong. She didn't really have enough evidence in her arguments, but most of it was strong enough to get into mine.
Okay.